Geniuses turn to battle.
Alright. Hey guys, Echo here. This is EG versus Complexity, Game 1, the Shanghai Major. This is the Group of Death, also known as Group D. I'm getting messaged. Okay.
10 seconds remaining.
What was I saying? Dota, EG versus Complexity, Group D, Group of Death. A lot of good teams in this group. Also no Chinese teams who have been doing quite poorly at this tournament, actually. But yeah, let's talk about the draft. Alright, so standard bans from Complexity. Earth Spirit, Batrider are very popular heroes at this tournament, and in 6.86 in general. They're just really hard to deal with. That's really all there is to it. Even Batriders that get countered by Vengeful Spirit just seem to be doing quite well at this tournament for whatever reason.
5 seconds remaining.
She's just a very hard hero to teamfight against. AG respond with Bounty and Lone Druid bans. Bounty is just a very popular hero since FY pulled it out in that one tournament quite a long time ago. I think it was TI4 actually. But yeah. Lone Druid ban, pretty standard as well for 6.86. IO Tiny opening from Complexity. I believe Chessie is our Tiny player. Might be Limp though, I'm not totally sure on this. I do know Z-Freak plays a very good Wisp, so this is very standard Complexity gaming draft. Okay, EG open with Furion and Beastmaster. This is interesting. This tells me this is a Sumail Beastmaster or something weird, like a Fear Beastmaster or something, or a Fear Nature's Prophet. They just pick two heroes that are that are known for being offlaners. So I'm a little interested to see how this goes, but immediately EG are saying that, hey, we want to push towers. That's what our heroes are really good at. They want to push towers and get pickoffs with Roar and TP with Nature's Prophet. And this is pretty good against Complexity. IO Tiny is like, it needs a little bit of breathing room. Like it needs, 15 minutes or so to come online and get a blink on Tiny, get level 6 on Wisp, and then they can start doing stuff. But EG's draft is able to push like already very early on with just these two heroes. So I kind of like this opening against IO Tiny. Also, Beastmaster is a pick that Complexity might have wanted to go for because the Hawk has very good synergy with Relocate. Like basically you can look around the map with Hawk and then relocate a Tiny that does 1,000 damage with Blink Dagger onto one of these two. Okay, and Complexity make an interesting pick here. They go for Winter Wyvern. We saw Vici do this in game 2 of Vici vs. C-Deck, I think it was. I'm not sure what the opposing team was, but this is a very good deep push hero. When you max Splinter Blast, you just do 340 magic damage to every unit in the area, except for the one you cast it on, obviously. So this is very good against heroes and lineups that have a lot of summons. So, Nature's Prophet and Beastmaster. It's a very good deep pushing spell. Also, another thing is Winter's Curse is very good against these heroes because their summons are very likely all, standing around them. And if you just curse the hero, then all of their summons start hitting the actual hero. And actually, it can do quite a bit of damage. It's pretty good. Okay, so just expect to see more EG push, pushing heroes. Like, you might see a Witch Doctor. Probably we'll see... I think Witch Doctor is actually excellent here because it counters IO and Tiny as well. Well, it doesn't counter. It's like a soft counter. But Cask is just very good against these two heroes because they often want to stay together. They need some magic damage as well, though, against Wyvern. Like, they need some way to be able to kill heroes in Cold Embrace. Okay, yeah, there's our way. Hero just provides, a good amount of stun, CC, also a lot of magic damage on demand with Cold Embrace, or with Finger of Death, to deal with the Cold Embrace. It's pretty good. Also, he benefits a lot from getting a lot of towers early on, so he can get a Blink Dagger without having to farm too much. So that is quite good. Still expect some kind of magic damage, though, from EG. I would hope they do, anyway.
5 seconds remaining.
You could also go for something like Ember Spirit.
Reserve time.
We'll see. I would like to see Complexity get, one more wave-clearing hero. They can't just rely solely on Winter Wyvern. Okay, they go for Tide. Okay, so this is fine, so long as they go for one more, fighting core early. They can't have IO and Tiny and Tidehunter. These heroes just all do the same thing. They farm, and then, get their key items, and then fight. But there's going to be, a weird period early on where they don't have their items, so they don't want to fight. And they need a hero that can fight without items early on. Okay, EG pick up Clinks. This is exceptionally good against Tide and lane. Not so good against Winter Wyvern later with Cold Embrace, but it's definitely manageable. Yeah, it also just pairs well with Beastmaster. The extra attack speed is nice. Not too much to say. This tells me that they're planning to go for another magic damage core, or a magic damage support, like maybe Skywrath Mage, something similar to that. They have so much physical damage that, like, if they get somebody who can nuke heroes, Tiny's not going to want to build a BKB because, like, there's so much physical damage on EG. So I would really like to see them build, like, some extra magic damage, and that would be very good. It's especially good if this hero is such a high damage threat from the support role or a core role that Tiny has to go BKB, and then, you know, he just has a Clinks and a Beastmaster and a Nature's Prophet doing a ton of physical damage to him. I think that is one of the best courses of action for EG here. But there's some nice synergy between these heroes as well. Basically, like, Nature's Prophet with his ultimate when he builds Aghanims, which is, you know, the cookie cutter build these days, he just pushes all the waves in, and this is very beneficial to Clinks, because Clinks is a hero that doesn't want to be pushing waves. He wants to be ganking and, like, sitting in the enemy jungle and just farming that, so that the enemy team has to be scared of him. So Nature's Prophet and Beastmaster have some, like, hidden synergy, so to speak, with Clinks. It's not something that you would see, like, just, you know, just looking at the kits of the heroes, but that's how the game is played out, usually when this was the thing. This also happened similarly in 6.84 when Leshrac was picked a lot. Or I think it was 6.84, might have been 0.83. Either way. No, it was 0.84. Okay, so yeah, Leshrac and Clinks were picked on the same team sometimes, and, like, Leshrac would push all the waves out because he has a lot of AoE damage, and Clinks would just, you know, benefit from this because he never has to, you know, spend time pushing out waves in lane. He can just be ganking and fighting in the jungle, and, like, putting pressure on the enemy team. It's quite good in my opinion. Big fan. Okay. So, what is Complexity's, like, option here? They need some kind of fighting core early on, like maybe a Lina hero. Let's look. See if we can find something real quick. Death Prophet would be okay, but they probably need something that is going to go safe lane. You don't want to be Tiny Wisp against, like, a Nature's Prophet in lane. That just doesn't sound very good. I guess you could toss Wisp onto the Nature's Prophet to get the tether slow, but it still doesn't seem very good to me. Where could they go? I suppose I could go... Okay, they go for PL. I am worried. This game is entirely based on how well IO Tiny does. If they get a good start, then they're fine, but if EG shut IO Tiny down, the game is over. Well, it's very likely to be over. Like, their entire early game is centered around IO Tiny getting a fast blink dagger and being able to one-shot heroes and give time to PL and Tide to come online. I'm super worried about this draft, actually.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah. This really just does come down to, like, IO or blink or Tiny getting a fast blink dagger. That is super scary. But if they get off the ground and, you know, they get going, they'll be quite strong. EG doesn't really have a good answer to PL right now. They need, like, a strong AoE damage core or a support hero if they want that. Unless Beastmaster or Nature's Prophet is a support, in which case they need a AoE damage core. They could go for something like Enigma, but I'm worried that that wouldn't be, like, a quick enough option. Okay, so it is, like, Beastmaster support or Nature's Prophet support. Okay, Beastmaster support on Fear. Interesting. So the Ember pick is just to counter the PL. That's quite good. This also gives them some extra time to come online. Or gives them some extra time to stall out the game. Like, scale, etc. It's not bad. I'm worried about their magic damage, though. Like, this is an entirely physical damage team, except for a Lion into Winter Wyvern. I can't say I'm a huge fan, but yeah. At the very least, EG scales very well, and I think they outscale Complexity to an extent. At the end of the day, they always have the better pushing lineup, even against IO Tiny, which is pretty rare, just because they have a good amount of wave clear with Ember, and Nature's Prophet, Clinks, and Beastmaster just provide so much push on their own. Okay, so we see Z-Freak TPing mid right at the start of the game. Gonna place a ward. Pretty deep, it looks like. He even uses Arctic Burn. That's pretty interesting. Okay. So yeah, EG have no way of knowing about this. He was out of vision. So this is pretty good. This will give IoTiny a nice lane. Basically, you always want a lane ward as IoTiny because you always want to be able to toss units up onto the hero that you're laning against. This applies on either side. It's quite good. Okay, so complexity breaking trees, doing IoTiny things. I'm curious to see how this Beastmaster pick is played. EG are very notorious for running junglers this patch, and he does have an Iron Talon, so I kind of like this actually. Like, we'll see how it goes, but Beast is actually like a pretty okay jungler. He's not super bad. I mean, the Iron Talon makes him like an automatic okay jungler, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm worried that their lineup is gonna like take a little bit too long to punish the IoTiny. But at the end of the day, like they have so much pushing power that it should be completely fine. Okay, looks like there's going to be a fight for the rune. I think EG lose this fight, actually. Tiny is just very strong early on. So is Winter Wyvern, actually. Yeah, so they concede the rune. Good play by EG, in my opinion. They shouldn't have fought into Avalanche, so that's totally fine. Looks like Complexity get both runes, which is quite impactful. Okay. Okay, it's going to be Nature's Prophet versus Tidehunter in the safe lane. Pretty standard matchup. Prophet is probably favored in this, but Tide can certainly get farm. Like, he's not going to get shut down. And it's Clink solo, probably with a Lion versus Wyvern and PL. He's going to be fine down here. It's slightly annoying against Wyvern. Ideally, he starts with Invis, but he's going to be totally fine. Okay, apologies for the lag. There's not too much I can do about this. So, you know, just perfect world things. Arteezy gets gone on, he's going to be fine. Just going to take a lot of damage. Yep. Alright, there's some serious Kale going on. So it's going to be Ember against Tiny and Io. This is like IoTiny favor later, and that's why PPD is helping right now. He's just trying to make sure that Ember can get a few initial CS early on in order to stay in the lane. Becomes pretty scary once Tiny gets a few levels and he can combo. The hero just does so much damage with just spells that Ember has a hard time staying in lane. If he has help though, it's he'll be fine for sure. Okay, so Fear actually goes for Inner Beast level 2. Worth noting. He's gonna jungle actually pretty quickly with this. It's a lot of attack speed to give. I should have CS up. Okay. So Arteezy is gonna like kind of struggle down here. He doesn't really want to be in a lane that's 2v1, but EG realized that they need to help Ember Spirit and make sure he doesn't like feed. Okay, as I say that, he literally just like dies under tower. He probably got tossed. I would imagine that is what happens. Okay. So Smell gives it first blood. I think he got tossed back into tower. I don't think he went for a dive there, even though he is Smell. But yeah, so EG recognized that Arteezy needs less help than Sumail does, just because IoTiny is such like a monster lane against Ember. So they recognize that, hey, if we help Sumail and have him have a decent game, then we'll have a better chance of winning, rather than making sure Arteezy has a perfect game early on. Because Arteezy is going to get a little bit out of this lane. He won't get denied experience too much. He'll get some farm. Like, he'll be completely fine. Whereas Sumail can get completely shut down here. And EG might even consider like just ditching Sumail at this point. Because like once you give up 1 kill against IoTiny, it's just going to keep snowballing. Unless you play like super carefully. And this is kind of what I was worried about. Like, EG has no way of shutting this IoTiny duo down. And Tiny's going to get a fast blink at this point. And that is not good, because that means every hero on the map that EG has is in danger of being one-shot. Once Tiny is level 9. Or even like level 7-ish if he has a blink. That's when the game becomes very scary, for sure. Okay. I just realized I haven't had chat open. Oh no. Alright. Okay. So pretty standard stuff here. Just expect EG to keep jungling the Beastmaster until he's level 6. He might try to gank then, but until then, probably will not. It's very unlikely. They might go for a play bottom with like Nature's Prophet TPing in, but that is pretty much their only option if they want to make something aggressive happen.
The rune of illusion.
Interesting skill build by Fear, but I mean, this makes sense. Like, axes are really a landing spell, and you jungle much faster if you go Inner Beast, so that's pretty cool. It also looks like he's going to be going for a Vlad's. Could be a mech, but probably a Vlad's. Could be Pipe as well, I guess, but it's really not that good this game. I don't even think Vlad's is that good either, but it's good for pushing, I guess, so. Okay, this lag is pretty bad. I think I'm going to try reconnecting to the game. Apologies for the delay. So let's reconnect, okay. So yeah, I am pretty excited for this series though. It's starting off a bit slow, but that's very, EG-esque. They're notorious for pretty slow games. Also for having slow starts in tournaments, like in order for them to get their, usual 9 to 10 out of 10 performance, they need to get the ball rolling a little bit. Takes them a few days usually. Okay. So that didn't fix the lag, unfortunately, but we'll deal with it. We like EG, we like how they play Dota, so I'm going to finish watching, for sure. Okay. Yeah, again, not much to say. Really, this is just they're farming, trying to get their items. Expect the game to start becoming a little more explosive once big items come out, like Mech on Tide, or Blink on Tide, Blink on Tiny. Level 6 for Io, level 6 for Beastmaster. He does Aurora now, so he can make a play. Also looks like he's going to be going for Vlad's. Okay. So EG have actually moved PPD to bottom lane to farm. This is a really good move. I like this. It's just Lion is a hero that needs a lot of levels and items. He needs Blink fast. Okay. EG go for a gank on Limp. They use Roar. They also use Wrath of Nature. That's all I know about what just happened in that fight. Pretty difficult to watch, but good rotation from EG. They also rotate the Clinks in with Death Pact. He does a lot of damage, so that's good. So they pressure the tower a little bit, but it's pretty hard for them to contest when there are 3 heroes here, including a Winter Wyvern. So a good play by EG. They make a lot of space there. That's primarily because Fear's Roar, though, so good job by him. Okay, he is going of Vlad's. It's pretty interesting. He's actually going to be like super farmed in this game. Like, he's going to be really hard to shut down, and he'll stay relevant for most of the game. So Swindles is actually going for a max Kraken Shell build. It's going to slow down his farm a little bit, but this is pretty good against Nature's Prophet in lane. Like, Treants have 32 damage, and level 3 Kraken Shell that blocks 36 damage. So he's not taking any damage from Treants. Pretty interesting. Huh, I don't think I would have ever thought of that. That's pretty smart. Good stuff. Also, if he gets Roared or Hexed up, Kraken Shell will break it at a higher HP or a lower HP threshold, so that's pretty cool. Little neat trick. Alright, so during that slideshow, Swindle gets Roared, goes down to Clinks and Nature's Prophet. Clinks gets comboed, or Beastmaster gets comboed, but he ends up living, and Io goes down to Clinks. Okay, so this is quite good for EG. They're going to be able to push this now. Fear is making quite a bit of space up here. Okay, he ends up dying, feeding a Hawk. But ultimately, EG get the tower, they kill the Tiny and the Tide, or the Io and the Tide, so probably a better trade. Also, meanwhile, PL got soloed by Sumail, it appears. That's actually a very impactful kill. Sumail needed a little bit of extra gold from the laning phase, and Jesse just donated it to him. So, quite nice of him. Okay, Lion picks up his Tranquil Boots. Also gets his level 6. Very, very important that he got this so early. This is going to translate into a kill on IO likely, or pretty much any hero. He could come really close to solo killing PL, actually. Like, PL has 788 HP. Finger does 450 pure damage, or really it's 600 magic damage, but when you factor in magic resist, it's 450 damage, so you can just think of Finger as 450 pure. Yeah, so he almost has enough damage to just kill PL flat out. He needs like one extra nuke from somebody else in order to kill him with a Finger and stun. They actually could just kill him with Wrath of Nature and Finger and a stun. That'd be really sick, actually. Okay, so Wisp goes down to Clinks plus Wrath of Nature. Pretty scary. That's rough. Arteezy's going for a weird build, actually. You very rarely see Clinks' max Skeleton Walk over Strafe. Like, you'll see 2 points in Skeleton Walk, and then, like, they start maxing Strafe after that. That's just so they have permanent invisibility at that point. That's pretty weird, but anyway. I suppose he's getting a lot of attack speed from Beastmaster, so, like, his normal right clicks without Strafe are okay. Wyvern goes down mid. This is a blink revealed from Tiny. Instantly kills Clinks. He's gonna get punished for it though, really hard. No, Wisp is here. Okay. Unless Lion fingers Tiny here, he won't die. It looks like a PL died off to the side to Ember and Lion, like a Finger. What I was talking about. Okay. Well, this is super hard to watch, but I hope the macro analysis is helpful. Tiny ends up getting a kill on Lion. Ember kills IO. Pretty even trade, I'd say. Depending on whether or not Complexity is able to push this tower. EG is for sure getting the mid-tier 1 tower of Complexity. And they can push mid as well and force some TPs, so I think EG is winning here overall. At least for this trade. CRTZ on the hunt, he has death packed it up. He's looking to find a support in the back. Or maybe Tiny as well. Tiny's quite low. Could go down to Clinks. Also, if PL gets hexed here, he can actually just die. Okay, Arteezy is in danger. Gale. Arteezy is gonna die, it looks like. Ember is going ham. You know, pressing buttons. This is so hard to watch. Holy shit. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Complexity kill some Evil Geniuses members during that slideshow. That is not good for EG. It's hard for me to describe what's happening here, but, you know, I think you get the picture. In the meantime, EG is farming Complexity's jungle, so they're not at a total loss. Luckily, their other cores and supports can do quite a lot with this space. EG do have to start like turning on the gas, and like really going ham. Their lineup is really meant to push early, even with Ember Spirit. They need to push really hard and have Clinks and Ember get pickoffs and farm. Luckily, these two are farming quite a bit, though. Also, you'll see Universe's build even reflects that they want to go for pushing. Like, you'll very rarely see Nature's Prophets go for mech, but it is a pretty good item on him if you want to push. I talked about this yesterday when, I think it was Moon Meander picked it, or played it, against Archon. It might have been, like, Moo playing it. No, it was Fluff and Stuff, actually. Fluff and Stuff, 5 Nature's Prophet. That's where I talked about getting mech on Nature's Prophet, and we see Universe going for it here. Just picks it up. Pretty good item if you want to push. Not much else to say about that. Complexity are on the hunt, looking for Sumail. They won't find him though. He's being sneaky. Actually, EG is doing the Owie 2000 strat of just sitting in trees for like 10 minutes. I guess they're waiting for a pickoff here, but they also know that Complexity is smoking, so... if you think about it, standing up here is better than sitting behind your tower when the enemy smokes, because like you have an option to do something up here. Whereas if you just sit under your tower, you can't really do anything during that time. So it's pretty interesting. Okay, we see Swindles get initiated on here. He's gonna get fingered. He does get Ravage off before he dies. So Tiny might be able to get a follow-up kill here. No, looks like he gets roared, surrounded by trees. Really nice surround by Universe, actually. That was sick. Okay, Tiny blinks forward, goes on RTZ, but misses. RTZ is gonna go down here, it looks like. Yeah, he ends up going down. Plinks is almost dead, Io is almost dead as well. She does go down to Treants. That looks like the end of the fight. Okay, that's it. Yeah. Not much to say about that. I'd say that's EG favored slightly. But having Quakes die is pretty rough. But they did have, or EG did have a lot of heroes farming during this whole time, so they're getting a small advantage there. So Universe TP's up on Wyvern. Looks like this is a bait though by Complexity. They actually just wanted to kill Lion, or kill whoever TP'd on the Wyvern. Interesting play. I would expect EG to go for Roshan soon. Their lineup is extremely good at doing it. They just need like a little bit of time where, you know, maybe Ravage is down or Complexity aren't available to fight for whatever reason. Maybe they have to go back to base to heal up or something. Also, we see... No, he's not TPing. Okay. Looks like Universe is or Fury is just going for a Necrobic build after his Blast. This is very good. I think he's like more than capable of doing this. He has plenty of farm. He's going to be very relevant in these games, do a lot of damage in the fights. And also he's going to provide a lot of map pressure through pushing and dewarding with the Necros. You'll see Complexity have quite a bit of dewards, or deep wards in this case. In EG's jungle. This is pretty good. They'll be able to catch Ember Spirit. He's likely going to be the one that's in here, so pretty cool. Tide picks up his mech. Reasonably timed for 2 deaths. Okay. Yeah, you'll notice that, here, I haven't even seen the gold graphs, but EG are very far ahead, just because they have 4 heroes on the map that are farming at all times. This is such like a standard EG draft, like, not necessarily the heroes, like the Beastmaster support is a little weird, but just the way they play. Like, they did this all the way back in TI4, where they just had 4 heroes farming the whole time, and they won games like this. They're just really good at understanding how to move around the map in such a way that all of their heroes can farm at the same time. Like, this is why EG is so good. Like, other than having exceptional all-star players like Arteezy and Sumail, they just understand, like, the way the map works and how you can, like, fit as many things into it as possible. That sounded so lewd. I think you understand what I'm saying there. Alright, anyway.
Don't mind if I do.
Yep, just pretty relaxed game at this point. Not too much going on. I would expect Complexity to try to fight with Ravage, but they might be perfectly fine just letting PL scale. Okay, here comes Relocate onto Lion, it looks like. Peter Pandem has died. I don't want EG to fight here. They should back and go top. Alright, so right now EG needs to push top in. Alternatively, they could TP Beastmaster top and try to go for the IO Tiny. They have no defensive relocate, so it's that or they go for a kills bottom. But they need to do one of these two. And it looks like they're going to go for a kills bottom with a Roar. It's scary though, because they're fighting into Mech and Ravage. Like, this is really unsafe. I would have rather seen them go for top. Okay, this is fine. Yeah, both teams are just like really happy with the pace of this game, I think. I think EG is out farming Complexity, but Complexity have like very good late game heroes, so Let's see how it goes. I do expect EG to win though. I think it's too difficult to deal with their pushing. As long as they don't try to fight too much and 5-man too much, they'll be able to just push and constrict complexity to the point where they can't really do much. Okay. So there's dive onto IO. It's gonna go down, it looks like. Oh, never mind. Okay. And EG are gonna get out, I hope.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, great. They did force a lot of rotations top by just hitting a couple heroes here. They didn't lose much for it. Also, they're still farming on this side of the map. You'll notice that. Like, they just forced all these heroes to go top, so they might as well just, go farm this side of the map as well. Makes sense.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Alright. Complexity get a pretty crucial tower here in the mid T1. Quite important, I'd say. This opens up the Radiant jungle for them now that they have mid and bottom tier 1s. It's pretty easy access. Okay, Yasha up for Tiny. Probably going to be a Mantha. Manta's quite good against heroes that have targeted stuns, just because it makes it, a little bit more difficult to get the stun off. Also, if you're cast Roar on Tiny, and Tiny Mantas before the Roar goes off, it's, Fear has to, or Beastmaster has to recast Roar in order for it to work, so that's good. It's like sort of like disjointing it in a way, except the spell isn't wasted. Okay. Universe has Ags, and this is where it gets really crazy for complexity to try to push. Basically, like, they have to get huge pickoffs, like multiple pickoffs, in order for them to push and get some towers. Even getting a Rosh is like not super valuable. I mean, obviously it's very good, but like they still have to deal with this pushing power that EG has. And it looks like EG know that complexity is going for Rosh, so because they're just pushing every lane at once, and like PPD is acting as kind of like a litmus test. Like, basically, they know that if PPD doesn't die, then complexity is getting Rosh, because they have so much information on this side of the map. And if he does get ganked, obviously they're not getting Rosh. So he's acting as sort of like an information gatherer here. Pretty interesting. I really like this positioning, actually. Even if he dies, it's like worth it for them to get the information. Okay. So, complexity do get Rosh. Aegis goes to Tiny. Pretty good. I mean, now he can't die to Nature's Prophet and Beastmaster ganks, but they still have to deal with this issue of being split pushed and just crushed by map pressure. It's only going to get worse as time goes on, too. Like, Tiny will get better at clearing waves, but so will EG. So BKB first on Clinks. I'm not really sure why. I mean, he does have quite a bit of damage. He can BKB and ignore Ravage. I guess if somebody else gets Winter's Curse next to Clinks, he can BKB and not get affected by it. And he won't, like, kill his allies, so that's not bad. But, yeah. Okay. It's going to be a fight top, looks like. Arteezy wants to make something happen here.
Invisibility.
Okay.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Hmm. So PPD is hiding in the trees next to these guys. He can actually set up for a nice kill here if he gets vision. Oh, looks like he's not going to be able to though. Yeah, they just run away. Okay. So Tiny completes his meta. It's pretty good. RTC finishes off this tower. Also pretty good. EG do need to split up a little bit more and start pushing the lanes. They're too together in this case, like they're too clumped up. They need to push these lanes out really fast. It is kind of scary for them to do it solo because of relocate, but yeah. That's something they just need to like bite the bullet and do. Smil can get cursed here. Looks like he's not going to though. Okay. It is up to complexity at this point to like make something happen and try to get a good gank off on EG. They just need to get picks before they push, and that's really it. Like, EG have so much wave clear and like ability to push out other lanes and split pushing ability that they need to brute force their way into a tower basically. If complexity wants to get anything done anyway, they can't just win by farming anymore. I don't think. Okay, so here they get a pick on Fear. They needed something like this. You see RTZ is getting ready to cut the wave.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Good play by him. He'll prevent the high ground push at least with this. Actually, complexity don't even have creeps, so they can't get this here too. At least not quickly. Like they don't have too much damage to do it. I mean, they'll be able to get it, but yeah. Wait, why is there no backdoor protection? Okay, there it is. So yeah, RTZ stops complexity's push there just by cutting the wave. Excellent play by him. See your universe about to join him, it looks like. Oh no, never mind, okay. Oh yeah, they actually go on mid. Interesting. RTZ gets gone on, but BKBs before he gets comboed. Smil gets avalanche, but not toss, so he doesn't die. That's good. PPD is going to go down to PL here, it looks like. Okay. Yeah. Tide gets roared on the side. I'm not really sure what that was. It might have been to prevent the blink ravage, but that's about it. Doesn't really serve any other purpose. He just expires on Tiny. Doesn't matter so much.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, RTZ goes bottom. Universe is going to start pushing top again. And complexity pretty much have to go high ground here, but it's against an Ember Spirit, so it's pretty scary. They just don't have a lot of damage to do this. So they send a PL back. Okay, yeah, they don't go high ground. Probably a good choice. Prophet was going to do too much damage to the tier 3s if they continued. And it's really hard to push into an Ember Spirit, so... Okay. Looks like a plate mail item coming up for Tide. Probably a Lotus Orb. It's quite good with an IO Tiny, just because, like, you know Tiny is probably going to get CC'd, Roar Text, Fingered, etc. So, pretty likely that you can just put Lotus Orb on him and make his life easier. EG going on IO here. Might be trying to force a relocate, but Ghost Scepter stops any potential aggression from EG. Okay, but the chase ended up killing him anyway, so good stuff by that. Or good stuff there. They actually get a Mega Train here, that's pretty cool. Okay. It's bugged, so it's not displaying it as a Mega Train, but yeah. Still pretty good. EG are going to do a lot of damage to this tower. It's so scary for them though, because of Ravage. Okay, nice curse. Do quite a bit of art damage to RTZ there. He does get his BKB off though, before Ravage comes out. Limp gets roared, buyback from IO. Trying to save Limp. Limp is going to go down though, there's no way he lives here. Okay, Limp buyback as well. Expect to relocate from IO onto Limp. Okay, Sumail ends up going down to the relocate. Good stuff. Okay, so overall, that was a win for EG. Guaranteed. They do a lot of damage to the tier 3 tower. They force 2 buybacks, one from IO, one from Tiny. Yeah. Overall, good play by EG. Also, these two are separated. This is scary. Okay, it looks like they get out. Okay, that's fine. Henskin almost died there. That would have been, like, horrible for Complexity. They might have just, like, lost the game if Henskin died there. That means Tiny doesn't get back either, and he also dies, so good job staying alive. I will say, trying to watch this with the lag is, like, extremely difficult, but it does, like, it makes the team fights a little bit easier to watch, just because, like, I already know what's going to happen, like, in most fights. Like, breaks it down frame by frame for me. It's great. Not really, at all. It's pretty terrible, but it's okay. We're here to watch Dota. Not watch pretty pictures and stuff. Okay, so EG expected Rush to be up, I guess, or they're just dewarding. Probably just dewarding in this case. Fear already has his Necro 3, so can look around at deward quite easily with the Boars and the True Sight from Necro. Okay, he doesn't want to feed these Necros. That's just a lot of unnecessary gold to give away. But they do end up dying. Okay, so that's rough. Okay, EG PL going towards bottom. Their response should be to run towards the top of this top side of the map, and just try to kind of keep the constricting action going with pushing creep waves in. That's their win condition this game. Is just doing this until they can find a pickoff with Beastmaster and Nature's Prophet. Okay, it looks like Beast and Lion are smoked up. I'm not sure what their objective here is. It might just be to get a pickoff. If they can kill IO and Tiny in this case before buybacks are up, they can win the game. It's pretty tough though, for sure. Like, they just have so many defensive options with relocate and blink and everything. Okay, EG get the tier 3 top. They could just back after this. This is fine. They could also get the range racks. They just need to be careful, no matter what they do. Okay, Guarding Grease finished by Swindles. He can purge chains, that's pretty good. Not much else to purge on his team, though. It looks like he's going to get caught by Universe. Okay, never mind. He doesn't go in. Okay, there he goes. Okay, Ravage is used. Swindles is going to live. Holy shit. Alright, that was sick. It's like he Ravaged just at the very end, so his teammates could relocate in. That was a really nice play by Swindles. He held it, like, just long enough in order to bait EG. Okay, Roche is pinged by RTZ. There is a DD here. Fear and RTZ actually can do Roche, but it's like they have to rely on Complexity not going there. Just expect Complexity to go Roche at this point. Oh wait, Rax died during that time? Holy shit, okay. Okay, so that was a win for EG, even though, like, Sumail just died. Even though all three of these heroes died. That was a really nice play, actually. They just completely outmaneuvered Complexity. That was a huge win for them. So now, like, since EG has been constricting the lanes all game with just, you know, normal creeps, imagine how difficult it's going to be to deal with when they have mega creeps in one lane. Or super creeps, rather. Whatever they're called.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Okay, there's a gem picked up by Lion. Pretty good. They needed a little bit of extra, like, True Sight to deward. It's very important for their composition, as any vision that Complexity has makes it harder for EG to split push without getting caught. Okay, actually, Sumail picks up a Maelstrom. This is super weird, but it's really just to push out waves. Normally you see Ember Spirits either go for Battle Fury, like they do in 90% of games, or they go for the Maelstrom build. Like, never both. It's super interesting to me. He really just is committed to pushing out waves. That's his only job. I guess it helps against PL too, but yeah. Okay, so Arteezy gets initiated on. Limp goes down. Still has Aegis though. Expect a counter initiate from Complexity here. Yeah, Tide goes in. No Ravage yet. Does get Shiva's off on everyone though. Buyback from Prophet. Nice Winter's Curse, or Cold Embrace from Wyvern. Saves himself. Universe dies and buys back. There's the Ravage finally. Universe is gonna die again, it looks like. Oh, that's rough. Okay. So Iowa is the only death on Complexity. Complexity did have Aegis, so yeah. Still, pretty big win for Complexity, in all honesty. They might not get a building out of this. No, they're going to. Okay. They'll get top. Probably no more than top tier 2, though. Actually, they do have IO Tiny with an AC. They might be able to go with T3 here. It's pretty hard to get a Rax with only like 30 seconds, but yeah. Also, Arteezy is going to cut their wave for sure, so he's been on the ball with this all game.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yep, there he goes. Going to cut the wave. I hope anyway. Okay, maybe he's just going behind them for whatever reason. Okay. Oh, there's actually a 2-man flank from EG here. They're looking to pick off Wyvern before the fight even starts. Okay, that's pretty good. Fear ends up dying though. Arteezy does get out, but Complexity is going to have a gem now, so he needs to be wary of that. Okay, Sumail chasing after Chessie. Okay, Universe is going to pick Chessie off, good stuff. Okay. I mean, Complexity get 2 towers, so it's really not that bad, but they need to be careful giving up kills like this. Like, it's worse for Complexity to give up kills in this case, just because EG have the power in this game. Like, they have the ability to just push every wave in, and all they need to do is get 2 more Raxes, and the game is over, basically. They just are running out of options very quickly. Okay, Sumail gets blown up really quickly. That's no good. Probably in part due to his build, but so good. His function in this game isn't to really hard carry anymore. He's super behind, so like, yeah, he's basically there to just kill creeps, and his other heroes will win the game for him. Ideally, he does this same thing, except he doesn't die, and he just gets away with like 1 HP or whatever. But yeah, this does open up an opportunity for Complexity to push though. They can get a lot of damage on this high ground. They could go for the range Rax top, or just go for the tier 3.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Tiny gets hexed up, but it's really just a deterrent. EG isn't really trying to fight here. Okay, Arteezy dies. That is not good. He does have buyback, but he's not going to have death packed up, so this is not ideal at all. Okay, just like that, Complexity get 2 sets of Rax. Universe gets Winter's Curse. Ravage comes out. Okay. Universe dies, PPD dies, Beastmaster dies, buys back. it looks like Complexity are in really good shape all of a sudden. All it took was 2 pickoffs from on RTZ and Sumail, and now Complexity just have 2 Raxes. That is the power of IO Tiny. Yeah. Well, okay. Oh, this game just got turned on its head completely. Good stuff. Okay. I feel like EG just have to fight here. They have to like Hail Mary down mid and, you know, try to end the game while they don't have Ravage. I just don't see them winning otherwise. Well, I mean, the nice thing about EG's draft is they can always push, like no matter what. They just need a good fight. It's just tough to get a good fight with these heroes and playing against like a Tidehunter IO comp. Just a hard team to fight into for sure. CRTZ looking to flank here. Maybe find an easy pickoff.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Okay. Okay, PPD initiates on Chessie. He didn't die. Tiny died though, and he buys back. Still no Ravage yet. Lion ends up going down, but they got the Tiny buyback, so it's good. They also got the tier 3 tower. And EG get out safely. Okay, so it's a pretty good win for EG. Now if they kill Tiny in the next 6 minutes, they're in a really good spot. They might be able to end the game in that case. So Lymph needs to play very carefully. Seven minutes, sorry. Okay. Ultimately, like, the Raxes do matter quite a bit, but they matter less since EG has so many heroes that are able to push towers. Usually this is a big deal for teams because, like, there are only so many cores that are strong enough to push lanes really fast, and supports have issues just, like, pushing out the mega creeps. Unless they build, like, items like Maelstrom or whatever, which are really uncommon. The last time I saw that was like Fenrir built a Mjolnir on Witch Doctor at like TI5, I think, or TI4, something like that. And it ended up working, but like still, it's a very uncommon thing. Okay. So yeah, I mean, EG's game plan is still exactly the same. They might want to try to sneak in Rosh at some point, but really it's just keep pushing the waves and try not to die. That's their play. Okay, smoke up from Complexity. This could decide the game if they get a big pickoff here. It looks like EG kind of sniffed this out. Oh no, they smoke it. They smoke as well. Okay, interesting. I still don't think they want to fight into Complexity though. Maybe if they can kill Tide before he gets Ravage off, but like it's pretty unlikely. That's not how Kraken Shell works. Okay, there's the Ravage. PPD, Sumail, pretty much instantly dead. Tide refreshes as well. Blink Ravage, Sumail is stunned, along with Beastmaster. Okay, Sumail has to buy back. Curse comes out on Fear, not going to do too much. Sumail looks like he dies. Yeah, Sumail just dies. Alright, that's game. EG have no way to win now. Ember has no buyback. Complexity are just going to push. Yep. Okay, wow. Complexity take first game against EG. That's really unexpected. Good job on their part, though. There's the the patented RTZ fucking DC at the end of the game. No GG. Alright. Complexity take game 1. That's actually super surprising. Good job on their part. This is a really hard game to win, too. You have to play really well to beat comps like this that can just push in waves. So nice game of Dota by Complexity for sure. This is game 1, Complexity versus EG, day 4 of the Shanghai Major. This is the group of death. This is me, you know, trying to get into casting or commentary, analysis, whatever you want to call it. I just pretend I know what I'm talking about for 50 minutes, and you listen or you don't. Yeah, if you have any constructive criticism, please leave it in the comments below. I appreciate it. Also, if you have any games that you want me to watch in particular and go over, feel free to leave those below as well. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.